Carver, Dr. Finch, and community members. I'm so honored to present the Seeing Early Childhood program and you report all of the amazing sports we've been playing for our Jolly families. I'd like to introduce you to the amazing early childhood team that I am presenting this evening. Rob Asar is sitting to the left. Jan Zeke is sitting also to my left. Mel Kelly, Principal Sunrise Elementary to my right, and Mrs. Strickland, Director of Student Sports Services. And tonight we are very excited to introduce you to all of the wonderful programs. So this evening, we'll explore the early childhood programs in Deer Valley, including history and funding sources, not only for developed preschool program, but all for Head Start and early Head Start programming. We will also review our responsibilities under IDA, the Individuals with Disability Education Act, and Child Fine, as well as specific RE programs for programming this evening. So in Deer Valley United School District, if you have ever had the honor of witnessing some of child fine procedures, we do on a monthly basis provide child fine screenings to our community, and that is something we are obligated to do under the IDEA. And so on a monthly basis, our parents bring their young children that feel may have disability in order for us to locate and evaluate the students, and if possible, find them eligible under special education. This is an informal training process, and it is handled right here in this room. We take all through rooms, and we look at many and multiple domains. And so as we through this evening, you will be able to see that our developmental preschool program actually provides what is referred to as early intervention. Early intervening services are another component of requirement under IDEA. And so our early child department works with our families and get them scheduled, and it's our responsibility, again, to do our very best to get our students in by the age of 3. So here are some exciting statistics. Our child numbers from 2024-25. So last school year, we screened over 500 students, 501 to be exact. The number of students that we then referred for evaluation was 422. So what that tells us, the data is sorting. Parents in the community are bringing forward students who may have a suspected disability. That statistic comes sounded quite high. And 386 of those children then qualify for services or IEA. That is Special Education Service Delivery for Developmental Preschool.
All of our developmental preschool teachers are highly qualified. Each one holds a certificate in special education early childhood through birth 3rd grade, or a K-12 cross-categorical special education certificate, then early childhood endorsement. Our start teachers are also highly qualified, and they have an early childhood certificate for the 3rd grade. And our early Head Start classrooms, those teach hold adult development, associate credential, or an associate's degree in early childhood that is specific to infant toddlers. In development preschool classrooms, students engage in activities that support all 5 areas of development throughout school day, helping build strong foundation for kindergarten readiness. Each classroom includes children who have IP, as well as peer, creating an inclusive and supportive learning environment. Since June, we welcomed 18 students with IPs who moved into Deer Valley and joined our developmental school classrooms. Additionally, we currently have 4 students attending through open enrollment of other districts. Early childhood special education or development preschool serve children ages 3 through 4 years old who have developmental delays. Our district identifies them, evaluates them, and ensures they receive free public education. Development preschool gives every child, regardless of ability, the chance to learn, grow, and be part of our school community from the very start. First, teacher will spotlight one of our wonderful developmental preschool teachers, Lily Ford. She's been teaching developmental preschool 29 years, 28 of them Park Mose Elementary School. She loves being part of the children's first experience, watching them learn, making friends, and discovering new things. Lily said, the never boring day and one with laughter, and that's why she's now wanted to teach anything else.
Right, so back to me. Let's talk a little bit about history, Head Start, and early Head Start. But before we do, I do want to invite each one of our governing board members. You have not yet had an opportunity. I highly recommend, you will see the pictures in the presentation. I highly recommend coming to our early Head Start program. As referred to, the baby room is the most wonderful place where you spend time with babies, real babies, and interact them. And it's a wonderful, wonderful experience. So digress. Let's get into Head Start. So Head Start actually started back in 1965 under President Johnson's leadership. And it really was war on poverty. And Sergeant Shriver, and I should sound familiar, Kennedy Shriver, he was actually married to U.S. Kennedy Shriver, who, yes, was the brother of AFA. So as we look at the development of Head Start, it really was an intervention for families that were living in poverty to ensure students had the same hand and the same capacity and ability to make progress, meaning progress, before they entered kindergarten. And so the onset of Head Start began under the leadership, and it has extended in 1994, as you see on the slide, under Secretary of Health and Human Services, and an advisory committee has been set forth to provide guidance for new program and models under Head Start and Early Head Start. Early Head Start was initially created under President Clinton and has developed. By 1995, grants began to be issued to support fiscally the development of Start and Early Head Start programming. This is to provide support for our Valley families, our future kindergartners and graduates of your Valley. So we're blessed to take them from expectant mothers and families, so we truly can make an impact on our families from birth and graduation.
The DVSD Head Start program operates under shared governance structure between DUSD Governing Board and Head Start Parent Policy Committee. All items requiring approval, such as budget and major program decisions, reviewed approved by governing entities to ensure collaborative oversight and compliance with Head Start requirements. Our Head Start Birth 5 is 100% grant funded, and this year we see just under $3 million. Head Start program has almost doubled in size over the past 3 years. We have 10 Head Start teachers, 171 preschool-age students. Our Head Start classrooms are located at Constitution, Esperanza, Sunrise, Village, Meadows. DUSC Head Start students enjoy a full day learning with 7 hours daily instruction. Children receive comprehensive early childhood education that supports their growth, development, and love learning. Head Start is so much more than preschool. It helps the children get ready for school by supporting learning, social, and emotional growth, but also support families, connecting them to resources, helping with things like health, nutrition, and providing guidance. Parents comment as their child's first teacher. It's really about giving both children and families tools they need to succeed. Next year, we will spotlight Elise Suttle. She's an intended of teaching Head Start Constitution. She loves being part of Head Start as it supports not only children but their families well. She values a collaborative environment at her school where teachers, assistants, workers, and coach work together to create meaningful learning experiences. Seeing her students grow socially, emotionally, and academically is what keeps her inspired. Each family do crafts and activities together, enjoy snacks, and really spend memories. Our Early Head Start program is one of the newest additions to DVSD. We launched it just past year and is already making a big difference. The program serves children starting as early as 8 weeks and supports them into their 3rd birthday. It offers free full-day childcare, which has an incredible support for many of DVSD employees and families. The program is located at Constitution and Sunrise. Early Head Start offers free, high-quality education for our youngest learners. We support the whole child, focusing on physical, cognitive, social, and emotional growth. The program is designed to be accessible for low-income families and help working parents have full-day childcare. It connects smoothly with DVSD school programs so kids transition easily as they grow. Early Head Start does just help children. It supports the whole family by strengthening parent skills and helping parents stay employed. Next, I'd like to spotlight one of our own DVSD employees and parents, Mercedes Lopez. She shared that Early Head Start made all the difference in being able to reach to work as a paraprofessional at Esperanza. After having a baby, she was struggling to find childcare and wasn't sure she'd go back to work. With help from Siphines, we found a spot for her baby in her infant room, giving her space or peace of mind, knowing her child in love care. Older kids have thrived too. Her son just entered kindergarten, confident and ready to learn, and daughter also went to development preschool, and she loved school. Mercedes says programs like these don't just care for kids, they actually transform families. In Early Head Start, we focus on helping children grow in every area of development. And they play with small toys or dot-back blocks that actually build important skills. Fine motor play helps strengthen the muscles they'll use later for writing. Block play builds thinking, problem-solving skills, and dramatic play lets them practice social skills and cooperation. Every activity has a purpose, and it's all centered around helping children learn through play. Next, we're going about Early Head Start instructor Vicki Ardano. She's been with DVSD for years, serving as a professional, later working in ETE. Observing preschool classroom during her child education classes sparked passion for teaching young children. She's now an Early Head Start instructor for the 1824-month room and recently earned her associate's degree in early child education. Vic stated that she is living her dream of teaching young children every day. She's grateful for DVSD for supporting educators like her and finding their passion. Next, we're to spotlight Principal of Sunrise Elementary, Mel Martel.
Good evening, President Carter, members of the board, Dr. Finch, and colleagues. I'm Michelle Kelly, proud principal of Sunrise Elementary. I am honored to share how early childhood programs have made tremendous impact on the school committee. At Sunrise, we're fortunate to have all 3 early childhood programs on our campus: Early Head Start, and Developmental Preschool. Having this full continuum creates a unique opportunity to support students from the very beginning of their child's educational journey all the way through 6th grade and beyond in our reading schools. The benefits are really remarkable. One of the benefits is increased enrollment and retention with smooth transitions. Families with infants, toddlers, and preschoolers often have older children enrolled in our basic program. Once they experience caring, connected environment of Sunrise, they want to stay. Our schools enter kindergarten already familiar with the teams, the campus, and culture, ready to learn, confident, and connected. Another benefit is family engagement and continuity. Because youngest learners start their education after, families build long-term relationships with our staff. They already know our systems, our expectations, and our culture of pause. Really, we have the opportunity to serve a child at Sunrise for 12 years. If you think about K6 being 7 years, then another 5 early childhood. Wow, 12 years. It also supports working families. Many of our staff and community members are able to continue working because our Early Head Start and Head Start program provide high-quality, full day care. That's ability benefits not only families, also just workforce and our community. Having all 3 programs in one place creates true sense of community. You see siblings waving to each other across the courtyard, parents walking babies and strollers alongside their kindergartners, and teachers collaborating across grade levels to support families as a team. Early childhood is just the beginning of education. It's the foundation of everything that follows. Sunrise we see every day how investing in early leads to lasting success for students, families, and our community. Thank you for the opportunity to share our story and for your continued support for early childhood education at DVSD. Sunrise theme set, together we rise.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for your wonderful words. And together we rise. And Governor Bird, Dr. Finch, Ms. Carter, and committee, again, I'm going to invite you to come and visit the amazing work, professionals, all the growth that our families and our babies have made in Head Start, early Head Start. I'd like to thank leadership, Michelle, and also the early child leadership team. Without diligence and the amazing writing, about $3 million in receipt, we wouldn't be able to do this for our community. And it's truly on to serve our community and to serve our families in the manner. Thank you so much.
Before we go in with a question or comment, Dr. Husker, for the communities watching remotely, we are having some technical difficulties on YouTube sides. Apologize if there's an issue with the audio. And that being said, any questions?
This program I've seen, and it's sensational, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Phil. Ms. Simchek?
Thank you. First, thank you so much for being here tonight, sharing this wonderful program with a parent who has gone through the process of having your child go through child science. It was very smooth and easy, and it made parents feel at ease, which is something that is a gift when you're struggling already where your child not meeting miles. And so thank you. I have a couple questions, and I apologize if this was mentioned. So we have to apply, you have to apply for this grant at 5 years. When's the last time you applied for it?
Including governing board members, Dr. Finch. We actually applied 2 years ago in fall, and then we received our first year one now is last year. So this is year 2.
Okay, wonderful. Do we have any concerns about the grant and the federal government not receiving that fund?
At this time.
We do not this time. Okay. I also have been to San Luis to visit the school and it opened. It's beautiful. The baby room. I do need to go back because I wanted to have an opportunity to go sit with kids, and we went. We just see the full rooms and walk on, and that didn't get their children at the time when we cut ribbon. So excited to see that, and just want to again thank you so much for all your hard work. I know this is really important for our community, and we're so grateful for you. Thank you.
Okay.
I want to echo this. Thank you. I also appreciate that you spotlight some of the teacher, knowing she's an amazing teacher. So I'm so excited for this. And I will try to get baby.
Dr. Husker, I know because they're last year. For the community and those that weren't here last year, we talked about the grant. Can you clarify then the entire department, as it were, does not exist or feed off of the district's budget, off of the MO, is completely funded and managed by the grants that you already receive, correct?
Ms. Harvard, Dr. Finch, Governing Board, that is correct. Early Head Start programming is subsidized with grants that the Mays and she is a grant writer, and we are able to afford all EMAs that provide to our families, including the support of the Dad's Net and the Mom's Net. The community engagement, you have been to some of our Head Start picnics, Ms. Harvard, that is all afforded through the Mays in grant. That is correct.
And are all the grants federal, or you have some partnership with local activities?
I'll let Janet respond to that because it is some reading, so I'll let Janet respond. Janet?
Sitting for governing board members, Dr. Finch. The money actually comes from the federal level down to city next the way down to Dimley.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate all the efforts that you put into find and acquire those funds, because you really have put some truly remarkable together. Thank you so much for everything. Mrs. Fisher, did you have something?
Yeah, because I'm the only on board. Just want to express thank yous. I don't think the community relies in me that realize if we fail to find someone, even if they're a homeschool child, a charter child, or a special whatever, something else child, that us are liable and has hurt the district a lot. So I really appreciate what you've done. Keep liability away from your base so we can apply me towards students and not towards losses. So I do appreciate that. And of course, my son is his 20th birthday, and he still you guys, all of you, and I still love the partnership we had to bring him where he is. And I think there's a lot of parents who think that, and they feel supports. There's more supports these days than there was 20 years ago, but there's not adequate, and so appreciate what you do to help parents.
Thank you, Mrs. Fisher. Next on agenda, item 3, Dr. Pack.
So I don't hear. It's not referring. Version. I did the governing board approve consent agenda items 3A through I.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Mrs. Next item 4A. Dr. Pack.
I have the governing board approve resolution in support of a classification of tax assessment ratio for extension per a orange zone vision or Amber Technology Arizona Inc. located on property at Deer Valley School District boundary.
Thank you, Mr. Phil. Dr. Finch.
Thank you. We have Amber guests in the audience. We also have he further took time to talk about Amber and talk about free trade zones. Amcor, an Arizona company, works really on the packaging side of the manufacturing. And so we gave a presentation on the industry in the day update as well. We have there if you want to ask any question, if you need any clarification, something I can answer. The Heather Mock has a couple comments, shooting some questions around it that might go to the audience as well.
President Carr, Dr. Finn, guests. Yes, this is our fourth full trade that we're presenting to the governing board. First from 2013 for Honeywell. The second was 2020 for ESMP. That lost us from 1, 2, 3, 4 fab construction 3 days up to $165 billion in capital investments in Dare Unified School District. The really fun part of that is the largest capital invest project in United States history, and it's right here in Deer Valley. With that, we have had some questions or comments from the public about how it affect our budget. As the answer is, it doesn't. Our budget is 100% determined based of our counter, our average daily membership, ADM. And so though these developments such as TSSC or Amcor being presented today do feed into the nettest value of the district, won't help our budget, but they actually will become additional taxpayers, will help particularly ease the burden of the taxes spread out all of Deer Valley Unified School District taxpayers. Again, this is the fourth trade zone presenting. I mentioned 230 Summit, which was approved shortly after 2020, and the resolution that you see before for Amcor is the exact format and resolution, same wording we have used for the other three. And we appreciate your consideration, support our economic growth.
Are there any questions from the board that I can take tab at, or our officials? No.
Mrs. Sher.
I actually, I'm a little bit concerned, not because of Amcor, but gave the tax rate 6 cents. You give a tax break, bring industry, then you have a citizen who is employable. And I do know individuals who are employed TMC, and it's been very good company for them. Concern me was after them, then we started again suppliers that could have been American suppliers, and we gave them this tax break. Now Amcor, which every research I've looked at is also very positive, but are we looking towards again have a working the tax rate to another subsidiary in the future? The reason I ask that because our tax base and our financials absolutely hinge on these companies. Their tax rate and tax and our valuation will definitely cause problems. The solar plant down in southern Arizona sued the state because their tax valuation was they felt too high and was not correct, and so the result was every district that fell under that they had to take a huge cut. Even the small districts lost like $1.2 million. Their total budget was $2 million. So, do we have any assurances that? Well, you can sure that. But do we have any subsidiaries being considered the know of, and how that tax valuation is still too high, and then end up a large withdrawal from our funding?
President Carver, Dr. Finch, Ms. Fisher. I did go back and read the presentation from 2020 and on October 14th, Minaki. And if I remember correctly, this is an Arizona-specific allowance that I believe it was early 90s, maybe 1991, reclassifies manufacturers from class 1, which is 18%, to a class 6, which is 5 cent. Land was previously not assessed at all. And as a reminder, it doesn't affect the budget, when you talk about the assess of solar plant. And I've seen it in Maricopa multiple times. Board had previously approved a resolution for Western Pipeline, which required some fund Trans-Western Pipeline. What that does is cash in the district to affect budget. So either the current year or the following year, districts are then allowed to redistribute the cash to ensure they elect never affects total budget capacity of district. And that could potentially happen whenever a county or assessor improperly or is challenged on our assessment from any property, and it wasn't the first time. But I believe it was related to the foreign trade zone. Those would be completely different appeals on those properties and that assessed value.
Thank
you. Amcor to Arizona company.
Anyone else? Mark, can you explain the FZ process? Yes, to the point, we are not the only testing entity that either approves or disapproves in order for this to happen or not happen. Just a link and a chain in order to test this to them if it passes.
President Carver, members of the board, guests, thank you. The leading question is correct. Every tax authority in which the manufactured property resides has to approve foreign aid zone. And when we first began discussing presenting this government or one of my first questions to the attorney Amber was how many tax authorities have all approved it, and I believe we are one of last. Our Maricopa County Community College District was also had in their agenda for today, and then Maricopa County a whole typical wait for all the other taxing authorities to approve before they approve, having potentially they're not on the agenda if going to be denied by any of their taxing authorities.
And if the city already has approved.
President Carver, to the board, I believe I have to take core for sure, but when asked, The last two, and Maricopa County as a whole, I believe City of Peoria was one of the early approvers of the Ford Zone. It is a huge City of Peoria project. They've got, at core, they've got some development plan, and I think this is the heart.
So just clear, we're talking about numbers of dollars that the company invests, in this case, Chemical, with $7 million to build a facility. When we say things like, I believe the statement used was TMC spending $165 billion and dearly unified, the average might hear that and think they're actually spending that money on us. And just clarification, they're spending money to build a facility. It has nothing to do with the taxes they're going to pay when they get built or up and running or thing like that. This is much money spent to build their infrastructure to exist inside their unit.
President Harvard, or members of the board, yes, that is correct. That is just capital investment to build facility, and that it will be assessed will that class 6.5%.
And can you tell me and for everybody listening about how many years on average, as I know everything a little bit different, maybe you can go for the best approvals, from the time the NFZ is approved to the time an entity actually begins contributing to the tax base? Do we know what the leg is?
That President Carr, members of the board, that I don't know off the top of my head, but we could that out, put it in Friday date.
You could, please. I know folks in the community want to know they're here when they start contributing, so thank you.
Believe it when they start selling product. Yeah, because really the FZ, the concept behind it is they can import parts from around the world, and that's the exemptions of it. And once part is assembled, then it goes out and they start contributing to the system.
If you can for deny for us, appreciate it. Seeing none, those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mrs. Next on the agenda, I4B, Dr. Pack.
I move the governing board approve and ratify all in personal development of state governing board policy GCCE.
Do we second? Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mrs. Taylor. Dr. Pack, I4C.
I move the governing board accept the administration's recommendation to reapprove the addenda as presented.
Is there a second? Thank you, Mr. Chair. Any discussion? Hearing none. Sister?
I remain concerned there's some student activities and stuff. I really wish there was a way to come up with a solution to where they then have safe because they're money. Is that just the way the law is supposed to be? That's my concern.
Thank you, Sister. Ms. Fisher, would you like Ms. to address the people home?
No, she's already, it's directly do it.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? Aye. Okay. Item 4D, Dr. Pack.
I move the governing board approve the next step to hire outside legal counsel to facilitate opening law training recommended by USHM Wales.
Okay, so this is handed up to me to discuss. The last meeting, we discussed, I'll just read executive right here. October 14th, meeting, the board discussed an open meeting law relationship for the Attorney General's office, things against the current VSD board member. VSD District Attorney Y'all Schwenk confirmed findings against the individual board member with recommendation the entire board to obtain additional meeting lighting to prevent future violations. During this meeting, it was discussed that since members of the board went through the thing at times, it was kicked around a little bit. This training just takes inside a regularly scheduled board meeting. 15-minute presentation from somebody other than you, some way you've done lion's share of presenting in the past. And that the motions before state. Any discussion?
Well, I actually am. First of all, I'm very proud that it's got the last meeting, considering administration was well aware I would be long before this study came forward. Then I had to work 200 miles away. So I think it was an opportunity to provide information as I told the community that's not necessarily complete or accurate. And I also don't know if she in just a regular board meeting. I think that there's been another issue, and I know that the belief that the issue is myself. However, I emailed with the AD, and as I pointed to him, I revealed nothing but an executive session. Another individual did to his spouse, and when you read the secretary letter, he says that it's the content, because the subject was similar. Though none was said from that meeting, it's the subject. So I think that brings a much greater question, being, is everything we discuss the subject in law, and that's why I'd absolutely love to know that in statute. We had multiple cases, the one from January, where the AG said there was no violation, even though ARS 38 clearly says all means of the body are to be open. So I think there's, not only do we have it more extensive, I think we should invite our legislators so that this can be corrected if there's a problem. It truly is the subject thing to show that's perfect. Any subject that's discussed in an executive session is forever considered a media law violation if so mentioned the subject. And what is it going to look like? Because we talk about a lot of things in executive session, and even admonishment you read at the beginning of executive session, nowhere does it say that you never talk about this subject ever again. As you can reveal in that meeting what I didn't do. So we need a clarification whether it's truly a subject or not. We need clarification. Can we have a meeting with the quorum of the board, all administration, lawyer, to discuss people's positions and qualifications as a to each other? Is that okay? Because the Attorney General said it is, but 38 said it's not. We had an executive session that the administration told a non-employee the content of. The AG came back, and actually the county admitted back that it's not a violation because the 38 or 31 to B, but B references a elected official being aware of what read in the executive session, you know that individual in there, and then an opinion. So for those, every lawyer that I have talked to at AFBA, NSCA, and part lawyers all said those three things I mentioned, a clear violation should occur. They occur regularly. So if they truly are in a violation, it's important for us to know that. If they are violated, it's important for us to know that. And in this case, if simply telling someone that they should not have been told something in executive session, that is a violation, we need to know that. And we need to know if a subject is ever not a style. So I think there's a lot more to it, and I think it's to be addressed, and it needs to be, those questions need to be answered.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher. So tonight we're discussing the direction to the Attorney General regarding the specific meeting of opening law violation concerns sent them by a community member. In that letter from the Attorney General that we read, which I believe you've got a copy, the board members did. There were two things that we were told to do in that, which we didn't receive direction in any of the previous letters when allegations were filed against the but this one we did receive 2 points. The first one was that the contents of this violation and this letter needed discussed in a meeting made part of public records. We did that. Second was they recommended the board go through additional training. That's what we're discussing tonight, because if we follow the direction of the Attorney General and somebody go off the reservation, and we don't do that because we're basically thumbing our nose at the Attorney General. So I appreciate your point. Be different than the Attorney General right now, just discussing this specific letter. Is anybody else wants to contribute to the conversation?
Just a question. We move forward with additional training, assuming they might like the original training that we through. Will the opportunities for a Q&A type presentation rather than a listened presentation?
Well, sure. I don't know what that'll be the purpose of it, right? Dr. Finch, you have something to that?
Correct. Yeah, Tuesday they handle it. They'll probably tell you, you give them a specific situation. On a Tuesday, this happened, this person, this. They're going to say, not here. So they're going to be talking about structure and systems and laws and specific situations. Really, need a lawyer to answer a question of a specific situation, unless you're, hypotheticals, etc. But yeah, we see it at ASBA conferences. You give specific situation. I'll say consult your lawyer. So, but I talk about the concept that you're referring to versus the situation, because they are going to protect themselves. Because if they tell you, should have this, should have done that, and then have all information, or maybe just your perspective of what heard, that put them on the. So in general, you can ask questions, but specific incidents, they will be able to answer.
Mr. Bell?
I just have a comment to make. We all make mistakes. The more we learn, those mistakes we make. Let's do this.
Right. It sounds we're all in agreement that you do that. Sorry, Ms. Simmons, did you have something?
Yeah, I just want to clarify that we will be paying a turn to come and leads. Again, there's many that, knowing what we know, having the training that we've had now, invite some back and have this on the record, using taxpayer dollars to pay an attorney because someone isn't following the rules. Thank you. That being said, I do support, I will be in favor of the Attorney General's recommendation.
Thanks, Senator. All in favor with the recommendation moving forward? Okay. Any opposed? Mrs. Taylor, item on the agenda, item 5A, called public to pack.
The board makes public comment on the district's business in general and on the agenda item specific. All speakers must observe rules of decorum. Speakers must allow secretary prior to the president calling the meeting to order. Speakers must make their comments in no more than 3 minutes. If necessary to accommodate all speakers within 30-minute overall limit, the board president may shorten each speaker's time. Constructive criticism is order. Rudeness, vulgarity, disrespectful conduct, or remarks disrespecting personal dignity are not order and will not be allowed. Under the Arizona Open Meeting Law, the governing board cannot discuss or act on any items not listed on the agenda. Board member may respond to criticism by a speaker, ask staff to review a matter, or ask that a matter be on a future agenda. Back to approach microphone, please. And state your name. You start speaking.
Remember, 1 year old today stood behind the very microphone and related an incident which I had out seeing in a classroom at Ridge School caused hypoglycemia or blood sugar. I was hospitalized 3 days before with a seizure. Should have canceled the assignment. The nurse was not called because the administrator assumed I dozed off. My primary physician at the day later, the cervical emergency. Then I literally thrown out industries. The next thing at 7 a.m. is fired district administrator Mrs. Snow. Mrs. Fisher, the only board member that offered support. She laid it. She also diabetic and has many challenges in the workplace. The police were on board to help get reinstated on fear. Shortly thereafter, the Honda ride sound defeated by the boarders, and the board president finished sixth in the vote. She was literally thrown out of office. The person that finished first is none other than Mrs. Fisher. Truly, the people's choice. Then Mr. Harper could explain to the voters. Well, every time I've been to this meeting, senior member and not vote getter is always sitting at her end of the table. Mrs. Fisher was absent at the last board meeting. Two people took the opportunity to degrade and criticize her. She had no chance to defend her acts. Board members demanded she pay for every string in the district's fee. Mr. Fisher made several attempts to get reinstated as his brushed off employee, and there's none but critics from board members. Ms. Carr, you and your board friends throw me, a disabled during on the bus. You threw one lead of superintendent and this for the career under the bus, and you threw board member Mrs. Fisher under the bus. Other than Mrs. Fisher, no board member show any concern for the safety of the kids and staff. And then you expect the voter to hand for $10 million you next week. Good luck. Another subject, why is this microphone still very big of the room? Do you know how disrespectful this is to the parents and who bring concerns to the board? Play deliberately schedule public comments at the very end of the meeting. We have to be at the beginning to sign in and wait for 2 hours. Board members can back up jokes during the meeting. Voters looking for leadership and resolve, and I'm looking for the board to help Dr. Lynch get reinstated. I now wear a desk which monitors blood sugar, preventing any chance of relapse. Thank you for the consideration.
Go order.
I would just ask that the administration find out if a letter of support or something from the board also would help him. At diabetic, I can't say that it's not invalid ability what it could, so just to find out. It may not win it anyway, but if you find out, be not for us, let us know.
Yeah, it's not. That's only one for the puzzle, but yes, we've had multiple interactions with ESOS and unsuccessful.
So I just thought if a letter of support from us would have been not, it might.
In for update, kind of a what's. I think I've done it a couple times. I do it again.
Thank you, French. Check.
Thank you. I really don't very much report tonight. Also, though, I do some at the very end here, and was all the top good in 2020. That being said, I'm a strong support for the override. I had the pleasure of knocking doors. Oh, there. Talking to voters about the importance of this override. Again, funds full day kindergarten. We had a wonderful presentation tonight from early childhood development. And so you know, what makes really special is that currently the kiddos get to go into full day kindergarten. Without the override, we won't be able to offer that service to our community. It's essential for the growth of our community. These are students who are going to be in view as we age. It's really important that take them to educate them. Just their one thing really important to remember. Also, that this will help with property value. Some people ask, why should I care about override? I don't have kids in the district or my kids are grown. Our schools are the very heart of our community. And when our schools are thriving, our communities are thriving. So I want to remind people of that. Today was the last day to mail your ballot. However, if you did not mail it, you can come right here to the district office and press your ballot in the ballot box. During an hour, I believe it goes at 9 to 5 or 8:30 to 4:30. 4:30. Okay. In those hours, and please come out and vote for the override. I also last thing I want to say is I want to publicly apologize to Sandra High School for not attending the upcoming parade. I had RSVP'd yes, and then I double booked myself and completely called them and apologized I wouldn't there, and so I did not show up, and I want to apologize for that. Really proud of all of our schools. I hear the upcoming parades and games are a blast. So thank you, and I think that's.
Thank you, Ms. Check. Ms. Fisher.
It's been like an interesting month for me. I haven't done this for 10 years. As a board member, well, not as a board member, but and working in the industry and whatnot, I struggle because I know that our community rely on their board. As an employee, sit for the board and see wise decision making. I sat for several boards. I do twice a month. We get before board and have answers to multiple questions. But I will say that the community is very much dependent on the board to make wise decisions and to ensure accountability. That's what makes I hear. And I have been bombarded with concerns about accountability, concerned about continuation of bullying. We all got one of bullying. And I think that was the first email about bullying for that individual. And please be bullied, blackballed, and whatnot. And we continue to get things that I have, however, she gave me 3, be served with another lawsuit. These things come down to accountability and take it seriously. We still do not receive an update on any of these legal matters that were given. the way historically where we at least know that it's being taken care of. And we can't tell our community, hey, this is what's happening. We can say, I'm sure it's being addressed. I've received dates. It is in process, things of the nature. It just concerns me. And I'll tell you, I got calls nonstop from the last board meeting. Do you know? I said, no, an irresponsible thing when they knew I would be even put it on the agenda. It's gameplay. It's gameplay. We have Democrat versus Republican gameplay. I got that all the way from last night, too. About secret, taken to be counted in progress to determine whether I'll be censured. None of them impact these kids. None of them. No, they don't really care about adult walls. They care that they can graduate here able to read and write, hopefully have some technical skills. Those college bound want to make sure they have foreign language they need and everything that they need. They want to the national schedule that sound. They want to make sure that we're managing our money. You know, the big questions I get is the use of district resources to influence the outcome of election. I got to tell the community, I don't know. I don't know if it's not legal for Simric to say it or anyone else to say from this point. I don't know the answer. I don't know when teachers being interviewed from a Deer Valley location that is considered use district resources or media put out by the specific board members. I don't know the answer. And honestly, the community at this point when it comes to the election, they are going to have to make a decision. But I will say, whatever decision our committee makes, I hope they stop being silent and on their keyboard or even the little click groups. Get involved, come here, and if it passes, be here to hold everybody accountable. Your board, your administration, your teachers. And I will say, as lately, your students, because I've done some students recently who, that happens too. It's all the way around. Be involved, just when time to vote or when it's time to oppose. Hold us all accountable, but you can't do it or not. So that's my stand right now.
Thank you, Ms. Fisher-Matfeld.
There's an intersection of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me start with good. I had the opportunity of looking at two schools with gifted programs this last week, Boulder Creek and Canyon Springs. They were incredible programs. At Canyon Springs, a 7-year-old came to the office and dragged me to a classroom. I love it. In the Boulder Creek High School, these kids weren't in an AP program. They were in a Spanish immersion program. Now everybody says, oh, wow, they must all speak Spanish, must all come from a Hispanic background. They don't. It was brilliant. And the teacher had them at desks and talk to each other. Wow. Number two on the good is the override. I agree with Simchek on the importance of this override. Now to the bad. There are some idiots out there who are lying about the override. It's going to raise taxes $6,000. That's if you've got a $15 million house, maybe. The thing that bothers me most is that they tore down some signs. This isn't about left or right. This is about right and wrong. And we need to pay attention to where we go. One other thing on the bad, I apologize to the gentleman who spoke because I didn't know, and I apologize for not having anything. But I will talk to Ms. Fisher and see what I can do. And finally, the ugly, as usual, it's me.
Thank you, Dr. Back.
First, I'd like to apologize for attending marching band. I love marching band and music. I was that evening, but in years past, I've been to the rally marching bands, and they are amazing. So I saw the post and things, and it seemed like it was easy. I'm sure it was. Don't get sick, but I was sick. I also misspoke last meeting when I said I would attend training. Thought I'd attend it. The training I attended before was Arizona Department of Education training. The training to this last week, the festival was nice, was Maricopa County School Superintendent training. And the first time I put that meeting on, it was quite a large crowd. It was, as I say, always when I go to training, it's nice to be able to hear, even if you've heard it before, your talks. It's nice to be able to talk to other board members because you're on the same common ground. You're not, on the same board, so you're having that open meeting where you can just talk in general and how board just go for them. And it was interesting. There's some interesting facts. And whenever you hear data, you take what it's worth and you add to whether other knowledge you have. So whether people agree with some of the presentation or not, thoughts work you for board member that went. So I want to let the public know, review different publications that are dated. I love going through the books and see what's been dated. Our district does have a class ad for our financial math applications and business principles and personal finance. I've had community members tell me past, when you have kids know how to do this, we do. So we know those have been added and updated. It's predicting. Didn't that want to die here. Also, I wanted to let the community people email me, and I responded. I hear you, I understand, and we, as a board, are concerned about students, we're concerned about our employees' safety, and so I hear you. Just to wrap, I ask Ms. Moffitt, if in general, if you give us clarification on what are protocols for classified versus certified situations with nation termination and not for your reference. That would be cool. And with that, tomorrow is National Cat Day, so don't get your ballot out and turn in so your vote be heard. Thank you.
Dr. Having served in the United States Marine Corps and being classified as disabled, I received a regular invitation to the Southwestern Foundation Ball this year to acknowledge the 5th anniversary of the Vietnam War. It was quite a amazing experience. The room was with brothers and sisters served well before I did. The Veteran Foundation is an organization that helps put aid into its resource so that service members and women that have returned a little less than they were when they left can receive the help that they need, whether those are service dogs or prosthetics or counseling. And it's so hardening to keep a dry eye, but I was surrounded by fellow service members and it was an amazing evening. I also went to attend the local LEAP Gala, their annual, and LEAP stands for Law Enforcement Advocacy. It's started by a local wife and her husband who serves on the XP, and it's an organization developed to try to bring the concept of family unit back to police officers and their family. Back then, they used to have that common bond, and they allowed each other and support each other. And as our society has changed, they've kind of drifted apart from that. And so the folks that have been around for a minute have realized that they're missing. So this LEAP organization has been developed to try to help raise funds and awareness to help bring that sense of commonality back to our law enforcement folks. So that was another evening with some amazing stories and an opportunity to really involve the community and do things that make a difference. School districts, I was able to attend 2 parades, Homecoming Mountain Ridge and Center Day. And again, you guys have been said for the last meeting, if you have witnessed a parade for our homecoming, our high schools, all now been shot in community. So the feeder schools have an opportunity to see the march bands, the club, and the sports march by, and you can just walk right out of your house. It's awesome to watch from their backyard, and it's awesome. There's candy handout, music, high school homecoming game, and the Saturday of Honor game. Both of those games were very tough games, and I posted updates about that on Facebook. You guys really need to get out to see. I tell you what, Saturday, their marching band is absolutely huge, and it was a night because it was coming. So Fire City played in the band, and kids were coming up that soon play the band all there. So this band was absolutely enormous, and when they play, it changed the entire atmosphere in the stadium. The kids get on their feet, the entire team, the ones staying in the cage area, as the school referred to it, and there's just a lot of spirit, a lot of things happening here. I was also in the U.S. Band Invitational. That is a march band program the district puts on for our 5 high schools come together and practice what is it they plan on kicking off the other invitationals, where all of the bands have one sort of award story this year, the different divisions. And so again, spectacle to see. As to attend the population, for those of you that know what it is, the presidents, the local PTAs, POs, come sometimes with their principals and get a download on everything going on in the district, and is that they can help and share with us challenges that they have so that we can all work together for the common benefit of the children. I was able to fly on the wall for the summer camp meeting, the planning meeting for the Tiny Camp was on in summer, and to hear that we need to work toward in order to try to accommodate that continued success. And as Dr. Ack alluded to, I was able to attend the county superintendent training that had available for any school members in the county that wanted to come. The 3 of us were, and we talked about a meeting along other things. So it was a good event, lots of good stuff, and it was maybe presented from a different point of view than what we usually get to the ASBA meeting and other conferences such as that. So, Dr. Lynch.
Just a reminder to the public that's watching, the YouTube's been in and out on it, so we'll upload the recording and match it tomorrow. Make sure the audio matches with the video. So stay tuned. We'll do some step 4. Sometimes now it doesn't what is posted. We have, besides the street off here, 4-placer drop ballot, there's a place north in the area and down in the foothills area. You can go to Maricopa County website and find out where we're at. About 9% of parents did the last man ballot. I call it the Samaritan syndrome. Everybody thought didn't know whether I vote or not, and so on. Obviously, we want to raise parents as your ones that have the most impact in our community. As Ms. Simon alluded to, the research says 3 things happen when your schools, public schools, thrive, and that your property value goes up, crime goes down, and you train next generation workforce, and that is true throughout the country. You grab that, Google that, or ask GD, they will give you that answer. And so we continue to lead the state academically, fine arts, and athletics, and want to continue on that path. The Deer Valley Swim Championships are going to just happen. I think it's going to be happening soon. All of the things are all the sports championships are now coming up for fall. Football, and volleyball, and all those. I think men won the seat today with team and individuals. That so keep that. Some media usually we put a couple of times using from that adventures. Just a reminder, October, quick close October. It's Principal Month. National Principal's Month of October. I heard from me before. The principal is the most important person in the school system. So they from all angles. It's a gift, and the staff that have good principals they stick on. And so we want to say thank our principals this month. We put a lot of value in there, and make sure you have that stuff. You have great administrators in Deer Valley. Then we hang hat on and the results for themselves. The ASA, the National, the Superintendent Conference today, just got from it. And when we go to these conferences, usually looking for one or things that can borrow and bring back, help us get better. Many sessions, we others well. This week, I believe, or next week, in the Friday update, if you want to come check out TSD, I think I alluded to it in the last Friday update. It's going to be presenting a check to us of $50,000 to go to Desert Guy Middle School, and it's to help with their center feed program. They do their module based, so kids can get their fingers in different things, plumbing, carpentry, extra. So they offered to help support that. Obviously, they're looking for workers in the trail of kids who are interested in running their companies, in particular TSMC. So that'd be great. And so there's a little reason to. We had Mick Superintendent's meet us last week. And so reminder board, that's your PV, Scottsdale, Dysart, Creekfoot, Atterbury in there. Those since 9 years I've been here. Those 8 districts, there are 21 superintendents. The last one. That's how much turnover. That's good for kids. It's not good for continuity. It's not good for results. And so, community members, board members, like that, we always have to think about is continuity. Continuity brings results, what the research says. So, great work. Over board, we can do this together. Thank you.
Dr. Few board meetings are listed on the Dearly website, and a motion to adjourn. And second.
Second.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Thank you, everybody. Drive safe. Have a good evening.